Hi, so welcome back. This is William again in the second part of these two videos for Blackstar Boardroom Chairmen, talking about how you can use Blackstar boardrooms to build your credibility and to build a local group of supporting businesses to help you and each other through the boardroom functionality on Academy. We've covered how to set up a meeting. I'm now going to go on and talk about what happens at the meeting and before, during and afterwards, and also some stuff about the online elements of Blackstar boardrooms. So here we go. And again, just to remind you, the key features, 3.5 hours long as a minimum, water, coffee, tea as a minimum for refreshments during the meeting. It's good if there's Wi-Fi, particularly if it's free, just because it allows people at either side of the meeting and in the breaks to remain in touch, and for some people that's important as part of their attendance, that they can just pick up the odd important email and so on. Buffet style food or sit down meal either before or after the boardroom, so we have boardroom chairmen who run the boardroom sessions in the morning followed by lunch, some who have lunch followed by the boardroom, some who run the boardrooms in the evening followed by dinner. We'd recommend you also look for venues that have good spaces nearby, coffee shops, pubs and so on, where people can meet for one-to-ones. So that's setting up your event. So we've done that. Now let's think about inviting people. Obviously, as a boardroom chairman, you have administrative facilities for emailing the group in the boardroom, and that those facilities allow you to message everybody who's joined your online group. So those will all be people who've been to an event before, so you can very quickly invite them again. At each boardroom, we recommend that you ask who else should be at the meetings, particularly if you haven't yet got enough regular members. And one of the key things with a boardroom is to build a group of people who come regularly to help and support each other. As they get to know each other really well, then they'll be able to help each other far better and far quicker, and you won't have to go through a lot of understanding issues at the beginning of the meeting to make sure you understand their business and the people they're working with. You should invite contacts and guests who you think would benefit from experiencing a boardroom as well, and think about who else you would like to be supporting you and get them along to your meeting. So before the meeting, we have some pre-meeting information as a template which you can adapt and change to send to your boardroom. I've got an example of that here just to give you some feedback on what that looks like. I'll just swap to that one. Boardroom information. This is for the Bristol meeting, and what we cover is the attendee guidelines, guidance. We give people a map and location information and the agenda again, so they know how to get there, and some reminders on what to bring and to consider what they need in the formal session. And finally, a briefing for the session. I'm not going to go through that now, but you can access this template from the Blackstar Boardroom Chairmen's group, which if you start a group you'll automatically become a member of, and you can get the information from there. Obviously you can then adapt that for your own purposes. So that's the pre-meeting information. An important thing is to confirm the numbers to the venue, and of course to pay any deposits that are required by the venue, and make sure that you've covered any special requirements, particularly if you're moving to a different venue for the meal part of the meeting. So when you come to running the meeting, again we've prepared some guidelines to help guide you through running the meeting. I'll just whiz through what's in here. This is the guidelines document, and as the event leader we give you some guidelines again covering before the event, at the start of the session and during the session. Here's an example boardroom of people who get together, just to give you a feel for the next document, which allows you to plan your own boardroom meeting when you arrive and take notes about individuals and so on. As a boardroom moderator, your role during the meeting we've got some guidance here to help you run the meeting more effectively, and you should read that and study it carefully. And then for each session, some guidelines about chairing each session. Also included in this document is another copy of the participants' briefing that you can share with the person whose issue is being discussed at the time that they're taking part, just to make sure they're guided, and a worksheet for a timekeeper if you should need one. Finally, we include some feedback action notes which you can pass to the people whose issue is being discussed to take notes at the end of the meeting. So again, those also, I have just opened the wrong window, just close that. Those guidelines are available to you in the Boardroom Chairman's Club. They're designed to help to make sure that you involve everybody and that they participate well, that give you some guidance on managing the interactions, helping you to keep to time and to focus. But also importantly, this allows you to demonstrate your skills as a business person in running meetings. And the credibility that comes from doing that is very beneficial in helping people to trust and judge your way of working when you're working with clients, and that helps to bring referrals your way from your group. When you close the meeting, we'd ask that you seek feedback for improvement from the group. It's important that you learn what works for them and what doesn't work for them, as each group will have its own flavour and develop its own style within the framework that Academy provides. We'd ask you to seek commitment from visitors to come again, to join Blackstar, to become part of your group and add value to others again. You should remind attendees about the next session, and you should also capture any actions and later on record them in the online boardroom so that people can remember what they agreed to do. And so let's talk about that associated online boardroom. It's confidential. The access is available only to members to the forum of that group. It allows you to do follow-up and continue discussions amongst all of the people at the meeting. And for those who are members of the group but can't attend a particular meeting, they can also take part in the issue sessions through follow-up after the event. They allow you to record the actions, the plans and the support of others, and of course to attract new local members to apply for the group. So that's it. Those are the things that really matter if you're chairing a boardroom with Blackstar in the new Blackstar Boardrooms, and we really hope that you enjoy the experience that you have and that you'll get real benefit from taking part. Thank you very much for listening.